everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the coolermaster Masterbox MB520 ARGB PC case. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging. This has a tempered glass side panel and a tempered glass front panel featuring a dark mirror, giving us added contrast to the 3 included ARGB 120mm fans. We can learn more about that on the back. And we have some additional dimensions and specs right here on the other side. So this case can support up to 720mm fans. And if you're wondering about radiators, you can mount a 360mm radiator up at the top or along the front. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our user guide and manual walking us through everything that's included in different configuration options and layouts depending on your build. Next, we have our hardware kit with zip ties, motherboard screws, standoff brackets, a little socket adapter, everything we need right there. And we also have our included hub, if you want to use this for the ARGB, and you can wire it in a way that you could use the reset switch on the case itself right here that I'm pressing to control the lights, or you could manually control them from the switch right here. And we have our ARGB out. But that's that. And then lastly, we have the case itself. Let's go ahead, let's look at that in more detail. Here's a look at the top of the case. We have a removable magnetic screen right there, so we can easily mount our cooling options and fans. And that just snaps right back on. You may notice too our front panel with our power button front and center, headphone jack, mic jack, our reset switch, USB 3.0 ports, and a hard drive indicator light. Here's a look at the very front. Let's go ahead, let's peel off the nice plastic cover. We have our coolermaster logo and branding. You may notice the tempered glass right here is really gonna help articulate the fans. And then we have some venting along both of the sides. And underneath we have an area to grip this panel so we can remove the cover. Now you're looking at it with the cover removed and our 320mm ARGB fans that are included. Here's a look at the bottom of the case. So we have a good standoff amount for the feet to allow some air circulation underneath and some space for venting if you have this on carpet. And we have a screen that we can remove right here for cleaning as needed. Here's a look at the back side. We have our exhaust fan, our motherboard slot, all of our expansion slots, and where we're going to install the power supply. Now you're looking at the back cover. It's just one solid piece. We can take these 2 screws out to remove the cover. Cover's been removed. We have all of our included cables for our fans and our front panel right here and our USB. 2 hard drive trays included that just easily slot in and out and snap right back in place. Looks like we got some SSD mounting options right here for 2.5-inch drives or any additional accessories you'd want to use. Plenty of cable management options and channels to tie off on. Now we're looking at the front with our tempered glass panel. Let's go ahead, let's remove the 2 screws and we can see inside. Now we're looking inside the case, plenty of room for different size motherboards. We have a nice key right here for ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX. Different mounting options as well on this side depending on the type of build that we're doing. We have a nice shroud for the power supply with ventilation and a cable routing channel right here. We have 4 fans included, the 3 ARGB fans up front and 1 additional 120mm exhaust fan, but this is not ARGB for the back side. Now that we've looked at the case, let's go ahead and get our PC built. All right, so our Masterbox build is complete. Check this out. Everything looks so nice with our coolermaster purple on all of our ARGB fans. We got our RGB RAM illuminated as well. Everything looks great. It's working great. Let's go ahead. Let's take a close-up look at everything. Look at how good everything looks here. So under the shroud, we have our Masterwatt 750-watt power supply with our PCIe cable connected to our EVGA RTX 3050. Lovely MSI motherboard here. We are rocking the AMD 5600G. We have a Lexar 2TB PCIe 4.0 NVMe SSD. And you may notice our lovely AIO system right here. I love how this looks. This is the PL240 Flux, the Master Liquid PL240. Beautiful ARGB exhaust fan. Let's look at our 3 ARGB fans along the front. Can't forget about our Lexar DDR4 32 gigabytes right there total. Here's a look at the back side right here. Everything turned out great. And here's a look at the back side with our panel removed. Here's our cable management. I'll put that in air quotes there. We could definitely tidy this up a lot better than we did, but you get the idea here. How we have it all routed. Plenty of room for additional storage right here and right there. We have our rat's nest where we kind of tucked all the cables out of the way. And then we have our hub right here for our fan control. This is just a nice magnetized back, so it just sticks right in place on our power supply, and we keep it out of the way. Now we got to give the glam shot to the front of the case as well. I mean, look at those fans. It really is the focal point of this build. It looks so cool. I love how it's accented just to focus on the 3 fans. Looks really nice. Even from the side, it's pretty cool too. But look at that front view. Now we're testing out the idle temperatures for our PC build to really get a feel for this case and what it's able to do. But I do want to point out this will vary greatly depending on the CPU you're using, the GPU you're using, what fans, what cooler, AIO, all of that stuff will contribute to the results that you'll see that may be different from my experience with my particular build. But in the off chance you built the same thing that I did, you should see very similar results here. So first up, our CPU currently showing 24 degrees Celsius, which is our minimum value. We maxed at 38 degrees Celsius under idle, but I haven't seen anywhere near that since I started monitoring the temps for filming. So we're right at that 24, 25 degrees Celsius idle range. We have a further breakdown of those temperatures. Looks like ranging from 20.4 degrees Celsius for our lowest value all the way up to 39 degrees Celsius for our CPU with our max. Then for our Lexar 2TB M.2 drive, currently at 37 degrees Celsius, we peaked at 38. Further down, our GPU right now is at 28.7 degrees Celsius, and it peaked at 30.9. Now let's go ahead and let's put this under full load. Now we have the PC under full load using Cinebench R23, and we can look at the temperature readouts that we're getting. So currently we're at 55 degrees Celsius and we've held steady there. It has not climbed over the last couple of minutes. So that's also our max value as you'd expect because we're currently under 100% load. And our breakdown very similar with the AMD Ryzen 5 readout. Looks like we peaked at 55.9 degrees Celsius. Our Lexar 2TB SSD is holding steady at 36 degrees Celsius with a max of 38. And our GPU is unaffected or changed right now with the buildup of heat from the CPU within the case, so that's good to see. It's running about the same, 26.8 degrees Celsius with a peak of 30.9 degrees Celsius. Now we're stressing out the GPU under full load using Furmark. Currently we're at 56.8 degrees Celsius with a peak of 57.1. We're right on line of that max value. We might set it again, might not. But you get the idea here. So even under full load in this case with how we have everything configured, our GPU is peaking at around 57 degrees Celsius. Now it's time to test the airflow out. So we're going to be injecting some smoke into the front panel so we can get a feel for how air is going to move through this case. You'll be able to see a lot of it exhaust right out the top and out the back. Let's go ahead. Let's fire it up. Check that out. Oh my goodness. So that exhaust fan out the back is really moving the air through our PC with some other air rising up out the top. So not sure if you noticed it, but it's really cool to watch back that clip and see the air moving around in the case and how it works its way up and out right here. Don't forget, depending on the GPU you're using, if you're using one, that'll have some fans to push and force air up as well, bringing it either out our radiator up top, or as you can see, our main driver is this back exhaust fan, really pushing a lot of that air out. But no issues at all bringing in nice, cool air from the front, right? We got our 320 millimeter fans that are able to bring the air in from both sides. So there is breathability there, which I like to see. We have breathability at the very bottom as well with our power supply and the fan that's there, which is important to keep everything nice and cool. Obviously up at the top, hot air is going to rise anyways. We have our radiator mounted here with 220 millimeter fans. But again, I'd say our MVP is definitely our rear exhaust fan, really pushing a lot of air out. So I've had a great experience building in the coolermaster Masterbox MB520. This is a really nice PC case. I'm happy with the build quality, everything that's included. The design is great too. I think the front panel is really what makes this case unique and probably one of the reasons why you might end up landing on this particular unit. The tempered glass panel is great too. I've come to expect that, and I prefer that in my build so I can actually see my build and be proud of it, especially if you get some cool coolers, some RGB, things like that. You're going to want to be able to see what's inside and look at what you spent your hard-earned money on and your time to assemble yourself. With that being said, there are a couple things that I'd like to see improved in the future. The first one is they should definitely swap out the included exhaust fan and give us another identical ARGB fan. That would be a welcomed addition to this case. I really want them to add that. Second thing, this is maybe just me because I've been picking this up and moving it a lot, but at the very bottom, I do not like the little mesh cover that they have right here. If you can see that for the power supply, it's really annoying. It falls off and it's not magnetic like the top one. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I know why they cut costs, but I really wish that it was magnetic as well and just stayed in place. Or heck, not even have this at the bottom. Maybe just have a little slide out tray or something that's easy to clean every once in a while. But overall, this is a really nice case and I only really have good things to say about it, and I had a great experience building in it.